What's up, YouTube? Mr. Johnson back with another video for you. Now, I want to talk about this tax thing, man, because, a lot of people in the United States, we paying high hella taxes all the time, you know what I mean? And it's funny how these people in the upper echelon of society, the elite class, tell us that, oh, don't lean on the system, don't do this or don't do that. You're draining us of our resources. What resources? The state doesn't make any money. The state takes money from us, the working people, the people who's living every day, working every day, a real job. You know what I mean? They have us paying state taxes in many states, federal taxes. They have us paying sales taxes. Now they have us paying taxes on Apple and all those different places, Google, you know what I mean? They have us paying taxes, man, gas taxes, you know what I mean? We're getting taxed out our ass, you know? And then these people have the nerve to say, you're draining us of our resources. Man, these people are taking in millions and billions and probably trillions of dollars each year, you know what I mean? If you tax people in every state, you know, on top of the sales taxes, on top of the, what's that one tax? Inflation tax and all of this stuff. You know, you're living off the people who's working and clocking in every day, making millions to billions of dollars. You know, and then at the end of the year they tax you again around tax season, which is right now. You know what I mean? So they taxing us again. And then have the nerve to talk about people draining resources and people living off welfare and stuff like that. Now, I agree. People should not live off of welfare. People should not milk off the next man. People should not depend on government, you know, because government is a self-serving, antisocial institution. You know, and then the state has the audacity to talk about people living off welfare and shit, man, and housing. You all the one that gave it to the people in the first place. This is supposed to be a social issue. This is supposed to be a family issue. You know what I mean? But yet the state steps in and say, hey, we owe you a living, but what the state is really doing is taking away social power and then creating its own power, its own monopoly, and then turn back around and say, hey, we don't defend yourself, don't take the law into your own hand, but at the same time, they tell us that the cops and all of them are not obligated to protect us. Yeah, you still take in our tax dollars and stuff and give it over to the police department and all of that. Insane, man. That's why I don't fuck around with those elections and shit, because you fuck around with those elections, what you're doing, you're voting in a master, somebody who's going to be over you, telling you what the fuck to do every single day, you know. And then not only that, you talking about people getting into office once you vote them in and go against your interests and only go for their interests and the state's interests. You see, this is insanity. This is why I don't vote. This is why I don't mess around with that shit, because you mess around and vote people in and they go against you. They go and they kill thousands of people overseas who are in the same position as the working man over here. Because when you fight those wars, you're not fighting other people who are supposed to be your enemy. It is the state fighting another state. You know, and then they involve the working people who they allow become military men and women to go over there and fight those wars. You know what I mean? With tax dollars. This is where all our tax money is going to. That bullshit. And it's insane. That's why I tell people, stop voting, because it doesn't work. And in fact, man, it's all set up anyway, because they put whoever they want to put in anyway. And then turn back around, and this is where all our tax dollars are going, to this bullshit. And then they turn back around and use the electoral college process to beat down the popular vote. Say, oh, well, the popular vote doesn't count, the electoral does, therefore this man is the president. And that's what has happened. What that happened during Al Gore's time when he was running, and then it happened with Donald Trump and presidents before that. And this is why it's held taxpayers, so-called, no, victims of extortion payers. Why you should not get yourself involved in this shit. You know, you're putting a noose around your own neck. So, you know, that's all I really want to say. And, and I forgot to say, when they take taxes and stuff, you know, that tax money, man, it goes to these bankers and shit, man. You clock in every day to make their lives comfortable while you're dwelling and wallowing in misery. You know, it makes no sense that your so-called leaders are living in luxury and shit, and here you are living poor. And you wouldn't be poor if they didn't take all those fucking taxes out of your check. You know what I mean? But they don't say anything about that, do they? They don't say one word about that. This is why it's nothing but a game. It's Machiavellian politics. You know, y'all need to read the book, Our Enemy the State by Albert J. Nock. He tell you the business on that shit. But anyway, start doing for yourself. Stop putting other people above you. Stop putting government above you, and start acting on your own. Start taking care of your own. Families need to come together and start bashing these motherfuckers, man, and then sticking together and make something. Because family is the real government. Family is the real government. Y'all let this artificial family, so-called protective government come in and run your lives. But that's all I really want to say. Corey Johnson, Mr. Johnson, I'm out.